Friends, it's Sherry. This is my fourth attempt to come to you this morning. I've had a lot of interruptions going on because my daughter is experiencing some contractions. As you know, she is due the first week in September, and so that's right here on us. This is her fourth baby, and with her last baby, she just barely made it to the hospital in time. She went in and 20 minutes later had a baby. So we are just keeping our ears close to the phones so that we can get updates. And she went to the doctor this morning and she is dilating, and so we are just very excited. But I wanted to come with you today and answer a question that I get quite frequently, and that is, what are some of your personal favorite YouTube channels? Now, I love to see other people talk about the channels that they like, and so this is a video I thought would be a lot of fun to do. I don't know if I can list all the channels that I watch in one video because that would take too long, so I might break this up into like a part 1 and part 2. But the number one channel that I watch every day without fail, except on Sundays because they do not release a video on Sundays, and that is Parsnips and Parsimony. Now, Parsnips and Parsimony is about a large family. They have 6 children. There's a mom and a dad, and they have a 7th baby on the way due right around Christmas Day. And they film their daily life as a large homeschooling family on a small income, and show you just what they do every day and how they get bargains and stretch the dollar to make ends meet. And it is a lot of fun to watch this family. Their children are so well behaved, and you get to know them like they're members of your own church or your own community. And I just feel like I know them. Now, Art is the father, and he earns a living by repairing musical instruments at a shop not far from their home, kind of down the street from their house. And so this is his busy season. His school gets ready to start back, and a lot of bands are getting back into gear. He has been very busy doing his instrument repair. Janelle is the mom, and she stays home with the children. Believe it or not, Art is home a lot too. He works really hard to be at home a lot and be hands-on with the kids. So most of the time they're both there. And it's just a joy to watch their daily activities as they get out in their garden and work, and they cook together, and they go to the post office, and they're very creative family at trying to make some extra money. Sometimes they'll buy a sold-out store and they'll take you with them and let you watch them. Like this year they bought out a yarn store that was closing down, and they show how they sell some of that yarn online and then use some of that yarn and regain their money back and then make a profit as well. Not long ago they bought out a big Mary Kay stock, and so they have been selling the Mary Kay to break even, and then they'll show you on paper how they actually make money through selling on eBay and things like that. And so it's really interesting to watch them. They go to thrift stores and thrifty like garage sales and things like that every weekend, and they kind of show you the small things that they buy and large things that they buy for not a whole lot of money, and it's interesting to see their day-to-day lives. Now, Janelle cooks a lot of whole foods from home, and it's very simple. She shows you exactly what she's doing. The children are allowed to chip in and help, and we get to see them interact with one another and learn. They love nature, they love going to the library, and just the simple things of life. And it's just a channel that I never miss. And when I watch the day's video, I'm sad that it's done. I don't want it to end. It's a family that I just really, I don't know, it's just pleasurable to see a family like that interact together. I wish more families were like they are. And so if you get an opportunity, check out Parsnips and Parsimony. Then another video family that I would like to share with you is Fouch-a-matic Off Grid. Now, this YouTube channel, Fouch-a-matic Off Grid, tells the life of a family of 5 as they move from city living into 3.5 acres in the woods, learning to adapt and be more self-reliant. And it is their journey that has not been always very smooth, and we wouldn't expect it to be. And they show us all of what happens, and they talk freely about their failures and times they've wanted to quit and did kind of quit and come back. And so they really give you a full picture of what it's like to be on this journey to be self-reliant and to get away from the more convenient things that we consider convenient in our society today. Now, they do have internet because Esther, the wife, works as a writer. That's how she makes her living, and she does that. And then her husband also does some construction type jobs. As they have been making an effort to keep some money coming in to sustain their family while they're trying to build up their homestead. And they are living currently in a yurt. I had never seen a yurt before I started watching them. It is like sort of like a almost like a circus tent type thing, but not that big. And it shows you how this mom and dad and 3 children live in this yurt, and they cook outside on a wood stove, and how they've had to adjust their life without having indoor plumbing, without having any power. They're using some solar panels. Nick is very intelligent and very handy in creating I don't know, just creating great things that they can use and that he can build. They have chickens, they have, I think, some goats, and they have animals that they have gathered. They got bees this year that they're keeping. They show their children and the ways that they are learning and growing. Sometimes they allow their children, each child, to be a focus of one of their vlogs, and the child is able to just talk and share about what they're doing on the homestead, and it is very interesting to watch these children. They just intrigued me. And one of the big projects that they had from the beginning, or the goals that they had, was to build a home on their homestead with wood from their own land. And so they have managed to do this to a greater extent. It's an 892 square foot house in 2 levels, and they are not living in it yet. They're hoping it will be finished by wintertime this year. It's been a work in process for a couple of years for them. Right now, Nick is handcrafting the spiral staircase that will go in the house in a very small space and allow them access into the top floor area, which I think will mostly be their sleeping quarters. But the thing they're mostly excited about, I think, in this house is they will have running water and they'll have a bathtub, and so they're very excited about that, and they will have their kitchen brought indoors, which I think will be very handy for them. Now, in a lot of these videos, Esther shows you how she makes medicinal herbs, and she shows you how she does certain baking techniques, and does a lot of these things without having the modern conveniences that we have. And so it is a lot of fun, and they have a lot of subscribers. Their channel has just exploded. So if you've never heard of them, it is called Fouch-a-matic Off Grid, and I think that you will love that channel. Another channel that I like and I watch almost daily, it's called Living on a Dime. And some of you may have heard Living on a Dime. It's been around for a little while, but this family is it's a husband, a wife, and the wife's mom. Tara, Mike, and Jill is the mom, and they work together to operate this channel, and they also have a website by the same name. And in this, they try to show you how a large family, a family of any size, can save money, pay off debt, and do simple things around the house to cut expenses. They show you how to cook from scratch, how to make your own soap. They give you tips on ways that you can have entertainment for very cheap. They give you all kinds of ideas about how to buy a car inexpensively. They just really give a lot of wonderful ideas about living on a dime. And let's see, yesterday when I watched the video, Tara was showing us how to make homemade pizza, and how making this pizza and even making it and freezing it can save you time and money. She also, during the middle of the video, showed how she and her husband had purchased a percolator, an older type percolator, and she said it was boiling over and not working properly, and the little lid was coming off on the top. And then some of the viewers, because they do a lot of these videos live, are responding and telling her how she can make it work better, and it's just really interesting to watch the videos. Now, a warning about these videos is they tend to be a little bit long. Living on a Dime can have videos that last about an hour, and so that's a long period of time to sit and watch. Sometimes I don't always get to finish when I start, but what I will do is watch as much of it as I can. And then I will highlight the ones that I really am interested in and go back and on the weekends when I can binge watch and watch the whole video. And because there's so much information in each one, and I think you'll really enjoy this family. They're a lot of fun. Sometimes they will go thrift shopping, and what they come home with is amazing for next to nothing. And they give you just a lot of great ideas that you can implement every day in your life. So that's living on a dime. Another channel that I like to watch that is on a smaller scale, it is a smaller channel. I would love to see this channel grow, and it is called Lemon Crinkles. Lemon Crinkles is one of my homespun friends. She shows you how to live and shop as a family of one. And that is very hard these days. You know, we had a large family, my husband and I, and we have an ever-expanding grandchildren, but day-to-day living, it's just two of us now. And it's very difficult to go from feeding 6, 7, and 8 people to feeding just 2 people and learning to do that well. Or perhaps you're just a family of one, and a lot of the videos that are showing these huge amounts of food or huge shopping trips are just not very applicable to you. You might enjoy watching them, but there's not always anything useful for you there. Well, Steph has the site Lemon Crinkles. She has that channel, and she shows you how she shops and cooks for herself. And she shows you how she cans, sometimes just 1 or 2 items at a time. When she goes shopping, she might buy 1 tomato or 1 peach. And then she shows you how she uses those items to make really delicious looking foods. And I enjoy her videos so much. And so if you have not been by to check her out, please do. Please subscribe to her, because I would love for her to have a growing channel. I think that she really does a ministry for people, but just the word is not out about her yet. And that's the way a lot of YouTube channels are. They're kind of small, and if someone doesn't share them, then we never find out about them. And that's the joy. Before I go, I'll tell you one last channel that I like to watch, and that is the channel Farmer MeeMaw. Now, Farmer MeeMaw is just a fantastic lady. She's a funny lady. She never fails to make me laugh. She has hilarious videos where she shows herself going out and doing different things in town or making things at home. And she is just a good old Southern MeeMaw. And I love watching her. And she gives great tips, but she also she makes you stop and think. And she also makes you stop and laugh. And in this world, we really need more of that. So I hope that you will check her out as well. Like I said, I will leave the links to these channels below in the description box so that you guys can go and perhaps subscribe and give a thumbs up to some of these great channels. There's so many channels on YouTube that we can support and learn from. And it's a blessing, isn't it, that we have the internet now, that we can share with one another and feel like a family together. I just want to thank you for all you have done for me, for all of you who have subscribed to my videos. I never dreamed I would have like 800 subscribers. To some people that sounds really teeny tiny, I know. But to me it's enormous, because I can't imagine 800 people that would like to watch me ramble on. So I want to thank you for all you have done to encourage me and support me as I'm learning about YouTube. And if you have any ideas for videos that you would like to see, if you will leave them in the comments below, then I will try to get to those. Praying God's blessings on you, friends, and I will see you next time. Bye.